I know that you feel like you're being alienated by others. You're surrounded by people, but you just feel alone. Because you don't even initiate the conversations with them. They have been just existing strangers who sit next to you. It can be in your class, it can be in your gym, or even in the bus that you are regularly traveling with. I also feel the same when I was studying in my high school, and I know that it is the worst feeling that I had ever had in my life. So in this video, I'm going to help you to overcome this problem. The first thing that you have to do is kill the victim mindset. That is a common error, a common mistake that I usually see with all of the people who are asking any help with social skills. They were having this victim mindset, they were downplaying themselves. But you are a human being. You need to remember that. Humans are social beings. I have to redefine the definition of a human being. You just need to remember it. You are just telling yourself that I'm not that much of a social guy. I don't know how to talk with people. It is just talking with people. They were just sitting next to you. Okay, it is not even anything order. It is very much easier if you just think in this way. You need to kill this victim mindset that which is downplaying you. You need to upplay you for at least sometimes. You just need to have the courage to break this belief completely. You need to break this victim mindset completely. You need to kill it and start to think much more of a confident guy. At least for moments before starting the initiation. If it gives a pre-assumption of who you are. What they say? First impression. Yeah. It will give the first impression of who you are. If you just start a conversation with much more of confidence instead of being like a child who just lost his mother in a festival. You just need to talk with confidence, okay? You just go up to them and ask them what is the name and personal details, that is it. And then they will share it to you. And then your brain will tell you. Brain will ask something about anything. It can be a joke or anything. And you just open your mouth and say. You can say whatever retorted question in the starting time. Okay? It is completely acceptable. You can just speak. It is very much easier. You just don't do it. All you have to do is just the 3 seconds of confidence is enough. When you are initiating a conversation, just talk with the confidence. And then you can be as much as give if you want to be. There is nothing stop you from doing anything. The second thing is, you have to do this consistently. Consistency matters the most. It will compound a lot. If you just start to talk with 2 new people, I'm not only talking about girls here. You just have to talk with more people. If you just started to talk with 2 new people per day, you will end up having more than 60 connections by the end of this month. What I mean is talking with people is 2 new people at that time is you at least bare minimum you at least know their name or maybe share your contacts or anything because you can share your contact with girls that much easily, right? You just need to talk with them and you know some personal details of which class are studying if you are studying in university or school or which department are they from if you are in work, okay? And that's something that's an individual thing that you have to think of yourself, okay? Just add some personal details, that is enough. And by most of the people are interconnected with each other. So when you're talking with them, you know some other guy who's talking with them too. And you become much more closer to them. Because people tend to talk to you much better if they know that their friend is talking with you too. So you'll become much more closer to them and you will have a good friendship with people. And by the end of this month, you will have more than 60 connections. Imagine if you're just doing this for your entire daily life. You don't have to maintain these connections except if they are becoming friends with you. They will become friends with you normally, occasionally. We just started to talk with them normally by just doing this practice. You can make a lot of connections and lot of friends by this method. And also, if you want much more practical advices like this, you can check my course, which is in the description, by the way, which is a foundational course which covers all the foundational knowledge, the prerequisites that you need to have to make some good friendships or good connections with people in your day-to-day life. You can check it out in the course, check that in the description. You can check that out, and the price is very much lower. For now, it is just $1. You can check that out right away. And the thing is, I also faced this exact same kind of issue when I was studying in my high school. When I was studying in my high school, I don't usually talk with people that much. I used to be the lonelier guy who doesn't talk with any people at all. I am the reserved kind of, no, I'm more like an arrogant, but I don't have any kind of connections with people. I'll be sitting like this because I have a separate bench, because no one will talk with me and sit next to me in my bench. Where in other benches, 4 to 5 people sit with each other, but I'll be sitting alone. It was so much painful during that time. I didn't have that much of good friendships with people. I always felt alone, and it was such a pain in the ass, okay? If I just had this piece of knowledge, if I just started to talk with 2 new people at a day, for a day, minimum, I would have a lot of friends if I just do that for a single week. I would have made a lot of connections, a lot of people. My life will be totally changed if I just did that. During back in the days. So I learned this advice. Okay, I just go to my day-to-day life. And currently I'm studying university, right? When I go to the gym and I talk with 2 new people at a day. So I know nearly most of the people in the gym right now. I talk with them and I know them. They were becoming closer to me like they were my friends. So even in my past, like that is the exact same kind of situation right now. So the most practical application that you can do for this video is, you just need to put a checkbox of just put a date and whether you're talking with 2 new people at the time. Just tick it if you're doing it or not, if you just put a wrong or leave the box empty. For example, I actually do that in my day-to-day life. Here is mine. Okay, and here's also some other things like date, the meditation and the journaling and stitches and also my reading. Okay, so that is what I do on my day-to-day life. It's all checkbox. Okay, the camera. So that is what I'm telling you to. And if I have to give you one another kind of thing that can easily break your thoughts about the victim mindset that you have, you can basically easily kill them by reading this book, The Magic of Thinking Big. I don't remember the author's name, but that book completely changed your way of thinking. It's not about social skills. It's just about thinking. If you start reading this book, you can see how much it changes your entire life. That book made me start to motivate me a lot and made me do a lot of crazy stuff that I have been doing in my day-to-day life currently. So I'm telling you, just check that book out if you want to truly kill that mindset of yours, and just put in checkbox like this kind of thing, the paper thing that I just showed you right now. You can do those things and you can truly drastically improve your life. If not, I'll change my name, okay? I'm not Jeshwan hereafter. And by the way, yeah, I'm Jeshwan. See you later in another video. Bye.